I didn't enjoy this movie at all. I've heard of it before. It's been recommended to me before by friends. I finally watched it the other day, and I didn't enjoy it. It was not fun for me at all. I didn't find the humor funny. I didn't find the fight scenes entertaining. I didn't find anything about this movie entertaining. It's definitely up there with some of the worst movies I've ever seen. I don't usually say that. Every now and then I'll watch a bad movie and I'll be like, well, I can see why other people like this, but I don't like it. This one, I really don't. I think most of the fight scenes are probably making fun of anime, which reminded me of Horton Hears Who, but that was one scene, and this is a whole movie. Uh, so yeah, not a fan. The movie starts off with a 22-year-old dating a 17-year-old. His friends aren't really weirded out about it besides Kim. She is kinda weird about it, but doesn't actually call him out on what he's, doing. 22 and 17 shouldn't be dating. I'm 21. I wouldn't be dating a 17-year-old. So I'm younger than this guy, not by a lot, but I'm younger than this guy, and I wouldn't date a 17-year-old. Why the fuck is he doing it? On top of that, he cheats on her. He starts going after Mary Elizabeth, who plays Ramona Flowers. I love Mary Elizabeth. She's been in a lot of horror movies I've seen: Cloverfield Lane, Black Christmas, Final Destination. She's also in other movies like Sky High and Birds of Prey. She's awesome. So really cool to see her here. She's the only redeeming part of this movie, in my opinion, but I didn't exactly like her character either. But obviously, she's nowhere near as bad as Scott Pilgrim. They literally describe on screen in big white bold letters saying that he's stalking Ramona. Yet this is the girl he ends up getting with in the end of the movie. They say it. I paused the movie because of how crazy it was. They put in big bold letters, he stalked her. So he goes and cheats on her, cheats on Knifes, the 17-year-old girl, with this girl. Just insane. Wallace has this terrible scene where he says that gay people are allowed to cheat on their boyfriends. I'm pretty sure that's what he's implying. That is not true at all and just a weird thing to say. Another thing, Kim drops the R slur like 10 minutes into the movie. It's the only slur in the movie, but really caught me off guard and just made me not like this movie even more. She just randomly calls Scott it because he's kind of like spacing out and doesn't know that they're going to a party. So she just calls him a slur. But yeah, Wallace is like, he's criticizing Scott for cheating on Knives. But then like Scott brings up how he cheats on his boyfriend, and I'm pretty sure he's trying to say that it's okay that the gay community can cheat, that he doesn't make the rules, it's just normal, which is insane. Um, it was, I don't know, man. The only thing I've ever seen about this movie was the Chris Evans joke, the vegan joke, and the scene where Scott jumps out his window. Um, Chris Evans is here. He's almost 30, and he's dating Mary Elizabeth. I don't know how old she is. She looks pretty young in this movie. I think that's a bit of a weird gap. She's also dating Brandon Ruth. Two superhero actors. Chris Evans had played Human Torch in two movies, and Brandon Ruth was Superman in Superman Returns. So they got pulled into this crappy movie. Maybe they had fun filming it. He beats most of them fair and square, except for Chris Evans. He just tricks Chris Evans into skating on icy rails by saying, hey, there's girls watching. And then Chris Evans basically kills himself. The first time gag with him beating one of them, he takes the coins after, because it's like a video game. He collects coins from the guy. But after that, he never collects coins again. I don't know why that bothered me, but it did. Back to when Scott breaks up with Knives. It's insane how he breaks up with her. He tries to fucking say that because they're Chinese, they might not want him dating her daughter because they might not want her dating outside her race. Just a really, really weird thing to say. Especially since he doesn't know her parents and she's trying to have him over for dinner to meet her parents. And he decides to just make this assumption about them so he can break up with her and not feel bad about it. And on top of that, he says that he's too old for her. She wasn't too young for you when you started dating her. This is clearly just some bullshit excuse. Not to mention, like 10 minutes later, we see him and Knives again. They're not really hanging out, but she's in the scene with him. And he talks about how she's mature for her age. Which is just such a gross pedophile thing to say. And yeah, that's the main character of the movie. I really don't like Scott Pilgrim, if you couldn't tell. Ramona somehow didn't know that Scott was cheating with her, even though I thought it was pretty obvious. But I guess she couldn't tell. The plot of the movie, I didn't say it, but I guess I should, is that Scott Pilgrim starts dating this girl, Ramona Flowers, and he has to defeat 7 of her exes to do it. Ramona apparently dated twins too, which I think is weird. Why date fucking 2 brothers? There's also an orgasm joke in this movie with Ramona Flowers' only ex that is a girl. I think her name was Roxy. Roxy, when she's about to die, she says this is something you'll never make Ramona do. And then she like moans and dies. Just an insane thing to say. That got a laugh out of me. But literally nothing else in this movie did. Still a bit of a cheap joke, though, in my opinion. Like that's a joke that women make a lot, that women can't make them. That men can't make women come. I'm not offended by it. I'm gay. I like men, but it's a cheap joke, but it did get a laugh, so, like, I guess it worked. But the final guy is the guy that looks the oldest that probably shouldn't be with Mary Elizabeth Ramona Flowers' character. His name's Gideon, and he's a bit of a weasel. Wallace encourages Scott to go beat him up. Get a final fight scene. He loses the fight. But in an earlier scene, he had earned a 1-up like Mario. So he's got an extra life, and we repeat the boss battle, but it goes by quicker this time. Instead of him saying the passwords to the people, he beats them up. Instead of having a big speech, he immediately challenges Gideon to a fight. And they fight, and he wins. And the movie ends with Ramona saying that she wants to go on her own somewhere, but Scott's like, no, I want to go with you, and she likes that for some reason, and it's pretty much implied that they're together now, and Knives is fine with the relationship now, just because he admitted that he cheated on her. Like, she just found this out. She had assumed that, Ramona had, I guess, stole him from her. I don't really know what she was thinking, because she was really only pissed at Ramona, but then she finds out that Scott cheated on her with Ramona, and she's mad at him. But only very briefly. It's like maybe a minute. And then she encourages Scott to go get with Ramona. There was a parallel, but I think because of the way the movie ended, I don't think they meant that. There's an earlier scene in the movie with Wallace where he goes and tells Scott that he should tell Ramona that he's an L word with her, which he means love. And Scott says lesbians because he, I guess, is stupid. So when he breaks up with poor Knives, even though, I don't think they should be dating, I do feel bad for Knives because she's really nice and she's being groomed by a 22-year-old. And she tells him that he's in love with her. I mean, that she's in love with him. And that's when he breaks up with her. Very dick move. Well, later, Ramona breaks up with him. And it's when he says he's in lesbians with her. Such a dumb scene. But yeah, it's supposed to be a callback to that earlier scene. So he gets broken up with the exact same way he broke up with Knives. Knives confessed her love to him, and he broke up with her. He confessed his love to Ramona, and she broke up with him. So it's perfect fucking karma. Yet he still gets with her in the end of the movie. I don't get it. Fuck this movie, man. That's all I gotta say.